Hello and welcome to the What the Nuck podcast, the podcast for Canucks fans. I'm your host, Ridey, alongside my good friend and co-host, Gunny.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello, sir. Well, we're going to jump right into it here. The Vancouver Canucks are back on top of the whole National Hockey League, tied with the Rangers at 98 points. It didn't take too long to get back to the top there because Vancouver was always in the top five basically this whole season. Gunny, we're going to talk about the week that just was. Canucks swept the week, beating the Sabres, Canadiens, and the Flames, all non-playoff teams, but you got to get these wins, and they were all very convincing wins. Your thoughts on how they played this week?
Consistent. That's the one thing we were looking for. We've been complaining a lot, even though we've been spoiled this season. Like that 4-game losing streak, we started really losing it.
Yeah.
And then it's just nice to see them get right back on track. Not tough games, not even dropping one of them and it's like, I wish they won that one. Just 3 consistent games. And that's all we can ask for from the Canucks right now, especially with these non-playoff teams. There's no real, this is gonna have a playoff feel to it. I guess Buffalo's fighting for a playoff spot, but these teams are kind of all phoned in at this point, I'd say.
Yeah, Canadiens and Flames for sure. Well, Flames and Sabres are basically in the same position. They're 7 points back, both of them. And it's just...
Yeah, but Flames sold, so they know they're bad.
Yeah.
Buffalo still believes, I think, because the East is kind of open.
Buffalo's in that spot where the Canucks were 2 years ago with the Boudreaux bump, where we were going for it, and we just couldn't quite get to that wild card spot. Like we were like really close to grasping it, just could never get there. And man, Buffalo has not had, like, I know everybody knows this, Buffalo has not had playoffs since 2011. Like that is insane, dude. They haven't even like they weren't in there for the bubble or anything. Like they have not had playoffs literally since 2011.
That's why there are expansion bros. That's why they've had such a tough time. They've been like just struggling. Like we should just combine teams is what I think I said last year, but like now obviously we're more than good. Like when we're doing well, they have to suffer. It's the rules.
Yeah. No, it's wild. Like and you know what? Like they have a decent core. They got Tage Thompson, all these guys. I know this isn't a Buffalo pod, but you know, they just traded Middlestad out here and you know, they have a great decor. Owen
this
Power,
is a Buffalo pod, honestly.
Darlene.
I love Buffalo. Yeah.
Owen Byram?
Oh. They got an injury to, I don't know the name, Samuelson?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. He did get injured.
Yeah. Like maybe that's where the season derailed. I've not paid attention enough to know, but Buffalo, like, man, they just got nasty players. Like, just Darlene and Tage Thompson, like, those are 2 superstar players. Tage is definitely taking a step back, but Darlene, like, that guy's winning a Norris at one point in his career.
100%.
He's just an absolute monster of a player. Like those 2 goals at the end, like I wanted them obviously because Darlene's on my fantasy team, so I had to get those. Are 2 important goals, but like that kind of player, wow, I get why he's always been like touted as an X factor because he's younger than Hughes too, right?
Yes, he is. Yeah, I believe he is. At least you might have to check that, but yeah, it is crazy, man. Like I thought the Canucks in this game against the Sabres absolutely dominated. This whole week was just, like you said, consistent and dominating and just, they were comfortable. There was never a point in this game where I was like, or in any of the games where I was like, the Canucks are about to lose this game, or you felt like the momentum was shifting. In this particular one, I believe was it Devon Levi in net? It was, yeah. Ukko-Pekka wasn't playing, I believe. He played a hell of a game. Like Vancouver was throwing everything at the net. They just could not buy one, but Garland, PD get some goals, and we move on to the next one.
Yeah.
No
stress on that game.
No, there was
a little bit at the end, but it was just more funny than anything.
Yeah, it was more so just like a quick little gotcha kind of scare. But no, and in the Canadiens game as well, man. Like Zadorov. Now here's the thing. Most of the time, like since we acquired Zadorov, it took a few weeks obviously to get like situated in Vancouver, know the systems with Tocchet and co. And you know, he's been fine. Like when he's not noticeable, it's kind of a good thing, but when he is noticeable, it's like this guy could be a difference maker, man. When he skates like miles like he did in this Montreal game, he is unmatched, man. He's a scary Tyler Myers that could score.
He compliments. It's like when Tyler Myers does his one rush, but he does it more. Zadorov just does it more consistently than him.
And it's just so cool to see too, man. Like he's always a good interview, and Zadorov is just kind of like a fan favorite around here right now. Like whenever he fights, people are going off, and no, he's been really fun
Yeah,
to
especially
watch.
for a player we just added, like this year, of course. And then he immediately becomes a fan favorite. And like our defense, we've ridiculed every defenseman we've ever had, pretty much. So the fact like he's had like tough times, and we've definitely shit talked him at points, but that guy can skate. Like it's actually scary when I see that guy. He's like a top four defenseman, and that's exactly what we needed when we got him.
Oh, and with Susie back in the lineup too, come playoff time, you have a 6'5" guy, two 6'8" guys in the lineup. Right there, that's just intimidating on the back end. And I know we've talked about it before, but like this defense in general, just with both goalies, they protect the crease really well. They don't take any shit. And it's just a treat to watch from years past where it seems like not that our goalies were getting run, but it just seemed like there was no effort to clear the crease or show that this is a tough team to play against. There's backbone on this team now.
There's always someone on the ice that can do something.
Yeah. No, and then the game that we should probably talk about the most because entertainment wise, it was amazing. And just because this guy's having a hell of a season right now. Niels Hoaglander. Did you see those two goals?
Guys, like yeah, I just forget. I don't know why I forget because he's always battling in the corners and stuff like that. So he kind of reminds me of like a Garland player when he's on the line.
Yeah.
But the hands on the kid,
Oh,
just oh, because like he had the Michigan highlights when he was a rookie or when he was a prospect still.
yep.
Like he's been nasty, and that's what we always talked about. But like, him now in the show, like that breakaway, that little the paralyzer,
The paralyzer.
like
Live.
you're gonna paralyze Markstrom? How disrespectful!
No, it's insane. I got a crazy stat for you here on Hoaglander, actually. So he
Toss it
currently
my way.
ranks ninth in 5v5 scoring. I believe he's just behind Mikko Rantanen from the Colorado Avalanche. He ranks 381st in 5-on-5 ice time deployment.
That's
Like
actually
he's
kind of wild.
making the most of his minutes, man. And okay, here's the thing. Pedersen has had the gauntlet thrown at him with every winger you can imagine has been on his line, from Kuzmenko's to Mikheyev's to Lafferty's. And Suter was there for a bit. Bluger maybe was there at
No,
one
they
point.
never offered Bluger it. They
Probably not
never offered
Bluger.
my boy Bluger it.
Yeah, but I just wanted to get your thoughts on this because Garland got recently put on this line with Pedersen and Hoglander. And this week, that line has absolutely dominated. And especially in this game in particular, both plays, the first Hoglander goal with the nice little give and goes, or like the tic tac toe goal, Garland starts nice passing play with Pedersen, and he gets the puck to Pedersen and Hoglander to get the breakaway goal. Garland's like the perfect complement for Pedersen. Do you think that he should stay on this line when Joshua gets back?
Ooh, that's a tough call. Like I don't know, recency bias. Like yeah, he's looked great on that line, and then PD does deserve wingers, especially wingers like that. We talked about that can
Yeah.
absolutely grind the corners, get the puck, and then Hoglander that actually has finish.
Hmm.
I'm not Garland, obviously. Well, he actually did
He's
have
been
finish.
finishing lately.
He had that snipe, so who knows? Maybe he making the most of the opportunity. But I really like that Garland, Dakota Joshua, Teddy Bluger. I feel like, and it's not like we have to like set a lineup and then we have to stick with it anyways.
Of course not.
So we
Yeah.
can play around with it. You can keep Garland there until we feel like, oh, okay, maybe we go back to something. We add a different winger. Maybe they want to play around with it. But I, in particular, would just like all the back to that thirst line of Garland,
Hmm.
Dakota Joshua, and Bluger, and then just one more time toss on the Swedes with
Yeah.
Pedersen,
Yeah.
Lindholm, and Hoglander, and just hope the month just helps them out.
And that's my issue as well. Like I want Pedersen to have the best of the best line mates, and the chemistry that these guys have right now, especially while Dakota Joshua's gone. Again, I know these are non-playoff teams that the Canucks played this week, but they just look amazing together. They dominate on shifts, and I haven't seen Pedersen's line this season enough have that consistency of domination in the offensive zone. So it's kind of a breath of fresh air to see Garland working, getting the pucks with Hoglander, and Pedersen being able to do his Pedersen deeks. Like it's been really fun to watch.
Yeah, he's had a couple of nasty ones lately too, just having fun with it.
Yeah, no, in the Montreal game there, he had that sick little toe drag. I think it was a penalty on the play, but he was like in tight with three Montreal players on him, and he almost got it. Um, but yeah, it would be nice to try like yeah once we get Dakota Joshua back, put Lindholm there, try the Swedes one more time. I do think that Bluger Joshua Garland line is the energizer line once he's back. And, if you need to switch things up, you put Garland back with Pedersen if they're struggling. But I agree with you wholeheartedly there. Um, yeah, no. So Hoglander got two beauties here, and then also Miller with an absolute bomb from the point.
Yeah,
Besser gives it right back to him, and he just like labeled that thing top right. Like Markstrom did not stand a chance on that goal, man.
I just love when he shoots. It's all I ask for.
Like yeah, that's just like I don't know. He's a competitor. You know he's a competitor. He always plays really hard, and every ounce of anger that's in Miller's body was in that puck, man. Like that puck got abused.
Yeah, he's one of the most angry players on the ice, though. Like, he just absolutely goes every shift full out. And then that power play, like, I just love because, like, sometimes there's passing play, but when it gets down to Besser, I think,
Yeah.
and it doesn't go to instead when it goes to Pia Suter, love the guy, but not where I wanted to go. But Miller shooting on the power play is just I can't say enough how much I love it. He needs to do it way more. Even the wrister that he has,
Yeah.
like I don't know, like PD's obviously got that bomb,
hmm
but I would say on that power play, I just like Miller more as the option just because PD just has that like diva attitude where he won't shoot
Yeah. Yeah.
when he doesn't get a perfect pass, while Miller will actually just snipe one. And like I love that play too, where he just cycles in and then just snipes it as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think Miller, he's gonna be the heart and soul of the team come playoff time.
Yeah.
Uh, just
Your
complete the guy.
I want to get your thoughts on individual players come playoff time with adversity and all that in a sec here.
No
Um,
adversity, he says.
yeah,
And the big
key
words out.
term for the Vancouver Canucks. But I 100% agree with you. Pedersen picks and chooses his shot, but he has a bomb. Miller has a bomb, and then Pia Suter, bit of a mushroom shooter. I like it, or not mushroom. Sorry, marshmallow shooter. But anyways, yeah, no. The one thing I do have a gripe with though with this power play still, the movement on it, absolutely incredible right now. Keep passing it around, keep shooting it the way you are. Can we have more than one way to enter the puck into the zone for the power play? It's driving me nuts.
Yeah, it's actually, and you know what? It's so lazy how they do it too now.
So casual.
So because the thing is like no player like when Hughes is going up, no opposing player ever covers him because they
no.
know it's going to drop back. I don't know if someone's listening hasn't doesn't know how our power play entry works. Is if it ever leaves the zone, Hughes gets the puck, skates up to half, tosses it back to Pedersen usually.
Yep.
PD skates it up the middle, and then right before he gets in the blue line, he passes to the left to Miller, and then Miller dumps it in. And
Yeah.
that is legitimately their entire play
We're dumping it
for
in
like
on the power
months.
play. Like wrap
Yeah,
that around your head. Like other teams, like McDavid obviously is McDavid. He could actually just waltz his way in, right? And not every player can do that. But here's my thing. We have Quinn Hughes, who's a quarterback on this team. I've seen the way that guy can skate. Can we not have one where he just like rushes his way in somewhere? Or don't just do that drop pass at the half. Like, why don't they come up a little bit more and then drop it like right before the line or something? Like, I feel like that kind of creates some pushback for the penalty killers to go back and be like, oh, this guy's coming in full force. They'll respect you a little bit more. But again, it's not even just that. Like, man, I'm watching the game with a beer in my hand and a pizza in my other hand, and I'm yelling at them to get into the zone. Okay, I don't know jack about hockey, or I do, but like I don't skate. So
you know,
you
you're
know,
not you're not the power play
I'm
coach.
not the power play coach. I'm not Henrik and Daniel. I don't have 1,000 points in the NHL. Okay, but figure it out because sooner or later I'm gonna send an email to Francesco and I'm gonna tell him how to fucking do it because I do it all the time with you and the boys on Chell. So it's absolutely ridiculous. Um,
Francesco, please don't send it to him. I do not want him putting his paws in this team. All right,
you don't want him putting his paws on this podcast.
I don't want him anywhere. Honestly, guy just keeps spending. That's all I need from him. All right, keep
Yeah.
throwing out the big bucks. Everything else, fuck off.
Also, this game showed officially that the Vancouver Canucks won the trade with Kuzmenko there. Lindholm gets his empty net goal, which, holy smokes, man. I felt so good for this guy. He didn't look too happy because it's just an empty net goal, but hopefully that just helps get his offensive confidence going. Because outside of that, I want to get your thoughts on this too. I've seen fans on Twitter kind of just, you know, talk smack towards his game and how he's been playing. I think defensively, he's been amazing. Actually, the Canucks have, since the All Star break, the least shots allowed on goal since Lindholm's been acquired. So that's a little snippet of information for you fans out there. I think he's been playing fine. He just has to find his offensive game.
Yeah, maybe we came in with. I think it's a mix of we came in with too high of expectations. I don't think people are even saying like this year, like, oh, he's gonna play with PD. He's gonna do have that same season he had with Gaudreau and Kachuk.
Yeah.
I think that was the little hype that we were on, and then there was his performance, which has not been anywhere close to that.
No, of
He's
course
I,
not.
I think he ends up somewhere definitely in between.
Hmm.
But for now, I get why people are disappointed with him. As you've said, he's had the defense against him, stuff like that. It ain't the reason we got him.
Of course not. No.
And the fact that he hasn't like that same problem we were saying right before he got traded, it's still there of who's gonna play in the top six.
Yeah.
We're still I think even you complained that Sam Lafferty was up there a week and a half ago or something as well. So they're
With Pedersen, right?
yeah, I remember you were just complaining about that. So
He
they're
just shouldn't be
still
there. Man, Lafferty's a
disrespect to the
great player. No,
Baltimore.
no, 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 no. Lafferty's a great player. He shouldn't be playing with Pedersen. That's ridiculous. There's so many other options that we could put there before Lafferty.
But that's the thing. There's too many options. There's no like grade A option. I do think it'll be the Swedes for the next bit after Joshua comes in. But even if you kept like Joshua, Bluger, and Lindholm,
Hmm.
like if they want to keep Garland, if Garland keeps grinding, because man, that guy does not give up
I know.
ever.
It's so admirable, man.
A
Like you
little
watch him
engine
on the
that could.
boards, he'll lose a puck battle and he will skate his butt off and win that puck back. He's
Yeah.
actually I know he's not our top 6 guy outside of like Miller and Hughes, and the way Hughes skates is just so fun to watch. But Garland's my favorite player to watch on this team. Like he is just an absolute
Is he the
buzzsaw back
best player
there. And
outside the core?
I think
It'd be Roenick.
Hoglander or him. Let
There's
me
Roenick too.
There is Roenick as well. Yeah, hold on here. It is outside of the core. It's Roenick and then Lindholm, Garland, then Hoglander.
That's what you'd say. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. No.
But that's a great supporting cast. Not gonna lie, that list of players right there,
Oh,
just for like
100%.
secondary scoring, like outside the top power play, like even though our second power play will never score in their entire lives, but because they never get any time,
Hmm.
like Roenick, Lindholm, Garland, Dakota Joshua, Hoglander, like those are like that is a star-studded supporting cast. Which when we were asking for depth last year a lot, that's pretty much what we were asking for, and it helps with the fact that they can actually kill penalties as well.
Hmm. No, they have a great supporting cast. Like man, like even I was just kind of shit talking him, but Sam Lafferty has 11 goals on the year. You know, we traded a 5th round pick. Rest in peace to the 5th round pick. Um, but no, I actually really like this team's depth come playoff time. I think we're pretty comfortable there, and obviously our record too with Susie being back in the lineup. Speaking of like the just team defense and play, we got to give a shout out to Casey DeSmith here. DeSmith is
No,
3-1-1 since Demko went down with injury. I was at that game when Demko went down, by the way. Um,
bad luck.
I must be about it. Well, no, they won 5-0. Shared shutout. I'm actually good luck if you think about it.
No, no. If Demko goes down, you're bad luck. Okay, if we won that. Oh, that was a 10-0 game. Demko goes down, you're bad woman.
But yeah, he's 3-1-1 since Demko's been down. And I just wanted to read out the shots that have been allowed in this week for you. 17
Awesome.
shots for Montreal and Buffalo, and 24 shots against for Calgary. Like those are pretty low event games, but he's making the saves that need to be saved, right? Like he's not letting in any egregious goals. He's right back into the groove that he had before that crazy Minnesota game.
Oh yeah, that game we can just completely chalk. That one doesn't count. That's such an outlier game.
I know, I
Boys are
know.
just having fun with that one.
But
But
like this guy's had some tough luck as of late with like that Minnesota game with the 5-on-3s, and then the Colorado game the week prior to this week. They had the
Yeah.
5-on-3 as well. Like, it's nice to see him get some wins, and the guy's very deserving, and the defense is just playing amazing in front of him.
That's what we brought him here for as well. Like, he had 4 years in Pittsburgh, and Tristan Yari was, a little bit of a Band-Aid boy.
Yeah,
So
that's correct.
he's had a lot of opportunities to step like, imagine we had Spencer Martin still being the one to step up. And, like, this is like
Dalia,
yeah, like, that would that not have been or if we didn't get to Smith, like,
that would have been it.
Spen it would have
That
been
or
Spencer Martin.
Seelovs if Seelovs outworked them.
It's not too hard to outwork those guys. Spencer Martin's, like, in Carolina now. I don't even know what he's up to. He's one of their rotating cast of just 10 goalies that they have rostered. But DeSmith, exactly what we got him here for, even if Demko goes down, is and one thing we really have to it's obviously not noticeable now, but like it should be, is the fact that when he goes down,
Hmm.
it's not we don't have to rush this guy back.
No,
We're
of
top
course
of the
not.
league. It's not like, oh, we need to make playoffs and then we have to run this guy like a dog on back to backs like we used to do.
Yeah.
He gets to fully rest. He can come in whenever. Like, I think I'd be even fine with him just staying out until he gets a nice like 5-6 game conditioning in the NHL before playoffs.
Yeah. No,
Rest
I
rest that man if you need.
100%. They should not be rushing back Demko in any way, shape, or form. Same as Dakota Joshua. Joshua was actually spotted today, as was Demko at practice. Joshua was
No.
sporting the red non-contact jersey, so he should be back soon. Um, but I 100% agree. We're in a playoff spot. Actually, we have a chance to clinch this Monday against the Kings. Prabby explained the scenario
Really?
to me. Yeah.
Pravi on his Doctor Strange vibes right now. I've heard nothing. Like, I go on, I see it on Reddit, I see it on Twitter, like Canucks. I've seen anyone mention a clinch, but there's Pravi. Never on the pod, but in the background, just cooking up.
No,
What's the
he's
scenario? Toss it my way.
I don't know the scenario. I was like half
Oh,
listening, but I was just like, "Oh, that's cool." I knew we were gonna make it, and yeah, I believe if we win tomorrow, we would have 100 points. So I can't imagine us not clinching with triple digits in the
a
standings.
meteorite's gonna hit. Stop us from winning.
I'm
All right.
knocking on wood right now. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, okay. So I had a question for you. This is like a follow up question with the adversity and all that stuff. With the playoffs approaching, here are the teams that the Canucks potentially will face. It depends on if the Oilers take over the division or if Colorado wins the
Oilers
West.
aren't taking over the division.
I know I don't think they are at any
Get
point
that
now
out of
too,
here.
but anything is possible. So if Colorado finishes atop of the West, if Vancouver finishes atop of the West, or if the Oilers take over the division, these are the teams that the Canucks could potentially play come playoff time: the Vegas Golden Knights, the Los Angeles Kings, the Nashville Predators, St. Louis Blues, and finally the Minnesota Wild. Why are you laughing, huh?
Absolute disrespectful tone when he said St. Louis Blues there.
They're just such an
Literally
unserious team, and if we had
no
to face them,
respect.
I would love to have the pleasure of defeating Jordan Binnington once more.
Yeah, we have their numbers. Yeah, honestly, we've had good good luck against one good series against the defending Stanley Cup champion. So it's clear that Vegas would be the scariest out of those five, especially just starting out. Because the thing is,
Because they're
if
cheating,
we
right?
face, huh? Yeah, first off, they're gonna come in with fucking 600 million in cap. Like, it's actually crazy. I
They have
don't even want to
21
exaggerate. They have
million right
21
now.
million. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a number I would have to use to exaggerate. Like, oh, they're 21 million over the cap. No, they're genuinely going to be 21 million over the cap.
Yeah.
And the NHL is just like, cool, let them do it.
Yep.
Either way, there's nothing we can do about it now. But yeah, Vegas is going to be a scary team. They obviously have the playoff experience. They have everything.
Playoff
But if we got to
experience. They
face
won
them,
the
we got to
cup
face
last
them.
year.
Got a little
I'd
experience,
hope they have some experience.
6 years of this. They've had a couple runs. All right?
They've been to the conference final like every year of their inception, buddy. You're
Not bad.
casual.
All right.
Not bad.
Not bad playoff experience. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, fair.
But at the end of the day, Canucks gotta face the best teams as they go through. I'm fucking down to run a gauntlet. Go for it.
I am not afraid of any of these teams, by the way. Like,
What about Florida?
yeah, Florida. Yeah, yeah.
Florida
I'm a little,
scares you.
a little nervous. Yeah, yeah. No, but Vegas, we've split the series with them so far. One loss, one win. This is the one thing that Vancouver has done really good with, by the way, with adversity. When they lose one against these top competitive teams, they come back and they win it. They lost against the Kings. They got embarrassed in LA. They come back. Oh, we'll just win one, and they win one. Okay, so we split the series with the Vegas Golden Knights, the Los Angeles Kings. We've swept the Preds. The Preds will be playing with our food. That's such a, you know what? Hey,
Whoa, hold
I
up.
I know
It,
their record. I know they're 15-0-2, whatever. UC Saros,
we
Guillaume, and
played them
Yossi.
during like
Save.
the early Tuesdays, you know? It's
Yeah.
a Tuesday, so it must be the Predator. I still remember Shortall saying that, stuck in my head. Killed me because we kept facing them on Tuesday.
Yeah, yeah.
Early season.
Yeah.
That was it. All right. Tommy
Mhm.
Novak hadn't found his legs yet. All right.
Yeah, okay.
Now look at them. They're 15-0-2 in the last 17.
Yeah, it's that I'm not scared.
Do you know what you need when you go into playoffs?
What do you need? A hot
To get
goalie?
hot.
Yeah, you
No,
do.
just to get hot as a
Mhm.
player, as like a team. You get hot, you're making it.
Yep.
Look at Florida last year. Like you just need that. Like any team can beat any team. Am I scared of Nashville? No. I'm not actually that scared.
I'm
I'll admit.
glad you're saying that because, man, I
Yeah, yeah.
know they're on this tear. They haven't
They
faced
got
the
like
Canucks in a while.
yeah, like they still haven't. Like it's like when Edmonton went on their run too. I still wasn't scared of them because we have whooped them.
Yeah.
But like Forsberg, Yossi, Saros, Tommy Novak. Outside of that, they got nothing.
You know what
I
I
can even
will
list.
say?
They're Ryan O'Reilly, I guess.
Right, yeah. Ryan O'Reilly actually just I have that one video that is just ingrained into my memory of when we played them in the bubble year. I think it was against Sutter. And they were in the corner of the boards. Ryan O'Reilly stick checked Sutter 40 times and the puck wasn't even there. He was just doing it to kind of be an ass. I don't know. Like it was just that's why that guy has a Selkie, man. It's incredible. But
What a performer.
I'm not scared of Nashville at all. We got the better goalie. I will say though, that would be a pretty fun playoff series considering the goaltending matchup. Um, yeah. So those teams not worried about. Keep them coming. The Wild, we've lost both. That's kind of scary. And the man they call Joel Eriksson Ek or Jeek is coming back, and that guy's a menace. So I'd maybe be worried about Minnesota.
I remember when you said 4 years ago,
Mm,
bubble run. It starts against Minnesota, and I
yeah,
literally told you guys repeatedly, if we lose to Minnesota, we should fold the franchise.
yeah.
I still stand by that.
Oh yeah, dude.
Nobody's losing to Minnesota in the playoffs. Minnesota's
Actually,
probably not making the playoffs. I wish
no.
they did. I hope they kick out Vegas, not just so we can avoid Vegas, just because I hate Vegas, and it'd be so funny after they all their cap
Well,
BS.
here's the thing too, right? Yeah, if everyone's cheering for Vegas to not make the playoffs, obviously. Most likely, they probably are making the playoffs. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
If we face Vegas in that first round, we have every team's consent. They are cheering for the Vancouver Canucks. No one's cheering for Vegas outside of Vegas fans. Like, we have the world on our back there supporting the Canucks.
Not even I think Boston would probably be cheering for us at that point.
100%. Actually, I will say this. The only team that actually kind of scares me just because I've seen them go to war with the Oilers is the Los Angeles Kings with their 1-3-1.
God,
The
I hate that.
hockey, the hockey would not be very exciting. It'd be a really chippy series actually, but it would just be a tough one for Vancouver because if they couldn't figure out how to score against them and they have playoff experience, that would be one that I'd be like, okay.
I can explain how to score against them. It's Cam Talbot. Shoot. All right. Put the buck put the buck on net.
Sorry, I forgot I'm
I
talking to Gunbeard Talk It.
honestly I'm not scared of a team with Cam Talbot as their goalie. I'm
That's fair.
sorry. That's just not something
So
I can
bottom
give a
line,
serious thing to.
you don't care who we face. We'll take them all on, as Optimus Prime says. Little reference for you from 3 weeks ago.
We
Couple
love
dudes hanging
Transformers
out.
on this spot. Right?
Well, we just watched it, so
Out of those 5 teams, it's Vegas. That's the only real scary one. Everyone else,
yeah.
like at the end of the day, you're facing off against a playoff team.
Yep.
Each
Yep.
team's gonna have a threat. It's gonna have something that's a difference. Oh, God, I would hate LA just because that 1-3-1. But
Mm.
Vegas is the only really scary one. But at the end of the day, you got to play the best to beat the best to be the best. So Canucks can just go through. It's just a little scary that the second round you'd end up most likely facing off against another juggernaut if the Oilers did kick through, and then you'd face one of those monsters in Colorado, Dallas, Winnipeg as well.
I am absolutely terrified of Colorado.
Yeah, Colorado's
Absolutely
gonna.
terrified of them.
But yeah,
Yeah.
we're obviously getting a little ahead of ourselves,
We
right?
are, we are, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I agree. You know what? Like this is gonna be great for this group. This is really good. Um, I truly think that we're a contender. People like we lost like 3 in a row, and TSN comes out with a pretenders like little picture with like JT Miller, Pedersen, and Hughes. And it's like that's our first 3-game losing streak of the year. This team is for real. It's the first time we've been in playoffs since 20 or that we're going to be in playoffs since 2015. All right. 9-year wait period, but Vancouver, it's coming. And you know what? All we got to do is just live in the moment and be excited. If you told us at the start of the year that we'd be sitting on top of the league waiting for Vegas or any of these other playoff teams, I would have been like, oh, hopefully that happens. But here we are.
We would most likely right now, or if I had to guess where we would be sitting right now, it would be probably running scenario after scenario about if we if we could make playoffs, what would
If
need to
the
happen.
Anaheim Ducks could beat
This is dead ass what he used to say to me.
if Connor Bedard could get 5 points and beat yeah, like it's just
Genuinely, I did. I thought probably showed up for a quick sec there. That's exactly what he sounded like.
yeah. No, but yeah, truly I'm just excited more than anything. Bring on these teams. You know what? Bring on Tomas Hurdle and every LTIR pleb you got on your team, Vegas. All right? Give me Mark Stone. I'll break his back once more.
He's actually a broken man, is what I've heard, but still, team's a cheat. I don't like him.
And then yeah, that being said, I just have one more question for you regarding playoff time. The team goes down 2-0, let's say, right?
Dear
Both
God.
at home. We're going back to Vegas or something. Do you think this team has the cojones to pull off a series in that, like,
Yeah.
pull off the
Imagine me just saying
adversity there?
no here.
Huh?
Imagine me just saying no here. Nah, I think we're done. I think we're
Yeah,
cooked.
that's been the What the Duck podcast.
You can follow us on, all right? Like, if we go down 2, scary hell to go down 2.
yeah.
That's 2 at home too. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'd be close to tears, I'll admit.
yeah.
I'd be a little beat up on
My
that one.
year ruined.
If we got swept.
You know what, actually? Yeah, and like, I have like again, get in the playoffs. I'm a happy boy. Don't win the Stanley Cup. This season was a sham, and I hate this team all over again. Uh,
Yeah, I wonder. Okay, we'll discuss this more closer to playoffs, how we'll feel about it. But team right now, looking absolutely studly.
yeah, like
Everything we asked for, keep it consistent, keep it going.
I guess a better question to ask you, sorry, is because you mentioned JT Miller being the heartbeat, the soul of this team, the warrior of this team.
Woohoo!
Who
Yeah,
who is or who are the X factors for you to pull them out of a situation or a scenario like that down 2-0?
it would be JT Miller. Like, if there's one player I could point to, like we're down 2-0 and like City on the back.
Yep.
Like, there's obviously other players. You can look the Demko, Pedersen, Hughes, even Besser. Coming out of nowhere, Lindholm finding his game. You can make a lot of arguments,
Mm-hmm.
but I think if you asked 100 Canucks fans,
Yep.
over 70% would say JT Miller's the guy.
I think 90 you're saying Miller.
Yeah.
Miller's the
There's just
play.
something about the guy. Like, Hughes is obviously the best player on the team this year. Petey's
Yep.
more skilled than Miller, no questions asked. Demko, you could argue for his importance, but there's just
Yeah.
something about Miller, man.
Mm-hmm.
Way he plays, the way he talks, what he does, getting the cheers from the fans.
Yeah, speaking of that cheering moment, I don't know if you got to see this. Did you see JT Miller's daughter at the game?
Yeah.
Absolutely adorable, man.
Yeah.
18,000 Canucks fans chanting JT Miller, and then the daughter's just like looking around in complete like wonder, man. Like that's got to feel pretty good, man. If you're JT, um,
Yeah.
it was funny.
He's earned it too.
Yeah, oh, he's 100% earned it, man. He's, people wanted to get rid of this guy and make sure, like thought the
People.
signing. I wanted
You're,
him here.
you're talking to one. I'll wear my stripes on that one.
I always forget that we're a 3-man pod, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're on the right side of this Miller thing. You're a oh
Yeah,
yeah
no. I
yeah
won't. I'll take it. I
yeah
used to
that's
have
fair.
some takes. I used to say some things. Oops, my
Yeah.
bad.
But yeah, no. The guy deserves it. He's I third season with the Canucks with a 90-point season, I believe, or second season back to back
Dang.
90s.
He's got 99, and then last year I don't think he hit 90.
Sorry, yeah, last year he didn't, but this is the second season with the Canucks that he's hit 90 points,
Yeah.
which is just insane. Um, but yeah, no, man, this guy, like, he gets interviewed last night, and it's just so funny. They asked him, like, "Did you hear it this time?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I heard the fans this time." And he's like, "I don't know why they were cheering my name. I had one of the worst games. I was one of the worst players on the ice." Like, he's just such a good interview. He's so funny. Um, I think that is like the one answer to this question. The only other one that I would even consider, because I think Hughes is going to take over some games, but it will take him, Pedersen, Besser, like those guys. I think they can get shut down. They have to learn to adapt because they're young and new to this. I think Thatcher Demko is a stone cold killer, and I think he's going to be the heartbeat and X factor for this team, man. That guy's going
I
to win a series.
I said at the beginning of the year that he would solidify himself as a top 5 goalie
Yeah.
because he was getting disrespected this year
Oh
going
yeah.
in, and right, I understand why, but I still
Mhm.
didn't like it because it's just people that just looked at his stats because not many people watch Demko
Yeah.
because he just plays on the West Coast, like it just is the nature of it.
Mhm.
But he was like, it was easy to say he was going to be a top 5 goaltender. There's obviously Hellebuck and stuff like that that's in the league, but I'm taking Demko every time now. I
Oh
don't know
yeah.
why. It's
I
just
watched
something
both
about
of them
the
go at it, man. I was like, well, I mean, the Canucks played great defense in that game, and Winnipeg wasn't much of a match that game as well. But yeah, Hellebuck's
Hellebuck
still a
got
great
pulled
goalie.
yesterday anyways. Is it
Yeah,
garbage? Washed?
yeah. So again, I'm excited for this team because it's not just like it's not like New Jersey last year where New Jersey had a crazy year and it's like anything can happen. Like they randomly upset the Rangers, which was baffling to me last year, and then they got worked by Carolina, right? Um, this team's different to me. This team has like playoff performers or players that can perform come playoff time. Like, we didn't even mention Garland in the playoffs. Garland
Yeah.
plays playoff hockey right now. Hoglander plays playoff hockey right now. These guys are just
Yeah.
going to amplify their game. If dude,
No.
hey,
Fired up.
if I'm Vegas, I am shaking in my boots at the thought of Connor Garland running down on the right side. I'm Noah Hannafin. I'm like, oh God, I better go back on LTIR. Ooh.
No respect for them. Do you know what? Yeah, give us Vegas.
Give me Vegas. But yeah, no, okay, I'm getting off the rails here. Sorry. I'm just trying to get
I just don't want to
Spencer
see their
Crowley.
pregame, like their pregame night doing this
Can
stupid
I
shit.
can I do it for you? I'm just gonna hold my mic back a bit here.
Yeah, do it.
Vegas go! Dude, it's insane. Like that guy has such a good voice for that. I've been to a game there. It's actually the on ice presentations electric. Also, the
It's gonna
Vegas
tilt the hell out of me when we're playing them.
the Vegas Golden Knights, like sorry, not the Vegas Golden Knights, the Vegas Golden Knight, undefeated, man. Wrap that around your head. Think about the Undertaker's streak. This guy is
It
like over 300-0.
just keeps going. What if Finn finally puts one over on him?
I
Right, this is
oh
it.
that's the thing that'd be so good. If we beat them, you could have so many good memes of Finn beating the Golden Knight. I would love that. Oh, I would love that. Um
Oh,
yeah, let's just talk about the week ahead here because it's a bit more of a competitive week as far as the teams that the Canucks play here. So this Monday we play the LA Kings at home, and then we finish off the homestand with the Dallas Stars on Thursday, and then Sunday a little matinee game at 12:30 against the Anaheim Ducks, and then they're back on the road for 3 games. So that'll wrap up the road or the homestand here, which has been a 9-game homestand. It's a long time to be at home.
only 12 game or how many 11 games left in the season?
Yeah, we're dwindling
Yeah, we
down
don't have
here.
time now. Yeah, there's not enough time. There's not a lot of time left here, right? This
No,
is just
it's we're getting
back
down
down
to
the
the
hatches.
nitty gritty, and it's fun, man. It's nice being at the top of the league, and just knowing that you're like we're gonna clinch. There's no like, if this happens, like it's just no, we're doing it. Other teams like the Canucks can go and lose the rest of their games, right? Which I don't want them to do. That would be kind of terrifying going into
Really?
playoffs. But here's the thing: they could lose the rest of them, and they would still clinch with 98 points. You know,
Yeah.
like we're chilling.
We're chilling, he says.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I would like to see what they do against LA and Dallas this week, and then also follow up that matinee game because matinees are our kryptonite. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Do you have anything else to add to the pod, good sir?
Go Canucks, go!
I will second that. Go Canucks,
Wow.
go! And JT Miller. Okay, if you've listened to us up to this point, you are actually a number one fan. If you're still listening, Aaliyah, thank you. And yeah, you could
She's
follow
not.
our Instagram and X or Twitter at What the Nuck Pod. We tweet during the games and just whenever. And our YouTube channel and TikTok is at What the Nuck. Thank you and have a great week ahead.